Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. So today we're reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 9, text 27, the most confidential knowledge. Yat karosi yat ashnasi, yat johosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurusva mad arpanam. Yat karosi yat asnasi, yat johosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurusva mad arpanam. Yat karosi yat asnasi, yat johosi dadasi yat tapasya kaunteya, tat kurusva mad arpanam. Yat karosi yat asnasi, yat johosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurusva mad arpanam. Yat karat yosi asnasi, yat johosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya, yat samarpanam. Yat karosi yat asnasi, yat johosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurusva mad arpanam. Mataji's? Yat karosi yat asnasi, yat johosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurusva mad arpanam. Yat karosi yat asnasi, yat johosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurusva mad arpanam. Yat, whatever, karoshi, you do. Yat, whatever, ashnasi, you eat. Yat, whatever, juhosi, you offer. Dadasi, you give away. Yat, whatever, yat, whatever, tapasyasi, austerities you perform. Kaunteya, O son of Kunti, tat, that, kurusva, do, mat, unto me, arpanam, as an offering. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. Purport. Thus, it is the duty of everyone to mold his life in such a way that he will not forget Krishna in any circumstance. Everyone has to work for maintenance of his body and soul together. And Krishna recommends herein that one should work for him. Everyone has to eat something to live. Therefore, he should accept the remnants of foodstuffs offered to Krishna. Any civilized man has to perform some religious, ritualistic ceremonies. Therefore, Krishna recommends, quote, "Do it for me," unquote. And this is called archana. Everyone has a tendency to give something in charity. Krishna says, quote, "Give it to me," unquote. And this means that all surplus money accumulated should be utilized in furthering the Krishna consciousness movement. Nowadays, people are very much inclined to the meditational process, which is not practical in this age. But if anyone practices meditating on Krishna 24 hours a day by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra round his beads, he is surely the greatest meditator and the greatest yogi, as substantiated by the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Yat karosi yat ashnasi, yat johosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurusva mad arpanam. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. This is very much quoted by Srila Prabhupada. In the beginning, we have to do our duty because we don't have love for Krishna. Bhakti means for the pleasure of Krishna. So in the beginning stage, we don't do it for the pleasure of Krishna. We follow our duties, so ultimately we will please Krishna. Unmotivated love means unconditioned, no condition. But in the beginning, we do our duty with condition. We don't offer to Krishna everything without anything thinking for myself. It's like if you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. Of course, in bhakti there is a reciprocation. So, just like Mother Yasoda, she is worried about Krishna, whether Krishna is eating or not, out of love. But out of duty as the mother, she has to be sure that Krishna has to eat. But out of love, she is worried. So in the beginning, it is like this. We don't have love for Krishna. That's why we have to do this practice, sadhana bhakti, so that eventually we will mold our life in such a way that we will think of Krishna 24 hours a day. For a devotee who's in the beginning stage, it's so difficult for him to wake up in the morning for Mangalartik. So difficult for him to chant his rounds, to finish his rounds. So difficult for him to beat the mind, to serve the Vaisnavas. So difficult for him to do practically everything. It's like he's being dragged. However, when one starting to develop love of God, he doesn't have to be told that he has to wake up. Automatically, he'll wake up. He knows that that's the first thing, the first time that the Lord is giving darshan. I want to go and see the Lord. early in the morning. Even if he sleeps at 12 o'clock at night, he will still get up because he has love for Krishna, for Mangalarti. Chanting his rounds is not just like a duty for him. Chanting his rounds, he loves to chant his rounds, and he wants to keep chanting his rounds. Keep on chanting and chanting and chanting. So, this is the primary duty of a devotee, is to develop one's love for Krishna. But in the beginning, one has to do it out of duty, but not out of love. That's why it says here, Krishna recommends herein that one should work for him. Whatever you do, you work for Krishna. It's like when Prabhupada meets a person, a new person in Krishna consciousness, he will ask, so what do you do? I'm a teacher. Okay, you teach for Krishna. What do you do? Oh, I'm a carpenter. Okay, you do work for Krishna. This is what you call karma yoga. Everything can be dovetailed for Krishna ultimately. One has to do his duty, but ultimately for Krishna's pleasure. One should work for Krishna. Indirectly, he may not be serving Krishna, but the fruits of his activities can be dovetailed for Krishna's service. Just like if one has good salary, then he can give part of that salary towards propagating Krishna consciousness. Instead of accumulating more and more and more and just don't know what to do with the money. He says the money is a root cause of evil if you don't know how to utilize properly. But for the devotees, there's no problem. Whatever they have, everything is for Krishna. If they have surplus, it's for Krishna. Everything. Everyone has to eat something to live. It says here, whatever you eat, yat juhosi dadasi yat. Whatever you eat, you offer to me. Whatever you give away, you give to me. Whatever austerity you perform, do it for me. Everything for Krishna. This is bhakti. Materialist, everything is for me. And if there is something left, maybe I will give. But for the devotees of the Lord, 100% everything for Krishna. If there is anything left for after giving to Krishna, then maybe he will take. But there's always more. The servants of the Supreme Lord are having the same opulence of the Supreme Lord. They first, whatever they eat, they first offer to Krishna. A materialist, they will eat for their own sense enjoyment. But in the beginning, a neophyte devotee will only offer Krishna what they want to eat. What Krishna wants to eat, maybe they will give. But usually they will prepare something that they would like to eat, then they offer to Krishna, because without offering to Krishna, they cannot eat. You see the difference? Some devotees are like that in the beginning. They have some special favorites that they know that they have to offer to Krishna before they can eat that. So in the beginning is like that. Some devotees also, when it comes to Mahaprasad, they are choosy. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I like this. I like sweets. Oh, I don't like bitter melon. I don't like Karela. Oh, I don't like this sabji. No, give me something else. Is that bhakti? No. That's why sometimes when Prabhupada, during there is a Mahaprasad distribution, he will tell the devotees to mix them all up. Mix all the Mahaprasad. Then you cannot choose, I want this and I want that, because everything is mixed up. So, we can control our senses, especially the eating, We pray that of all the senses, the tongue is the most voracious. We can control it, especially by eating only remnants from the Supreme Lord. Mahaprasad. This is Mahaprasad. Now, the benefit of Mahaprasad is so immense that one, if he understands that there is no difference between the prasadam and Krishna, he'll become Krishna conscious. But now there is what he called Mahaprasad. Mahaprasad means the remnants of the Supreme Lord being taken by a pure devotee, and then the remnants of the pure devotee's prasadam is much, much more potent. It's like if you go to Nandagram, they have Krishna Balaram temple there, Mother Yasoda, Nanda Maharaj, and two friends. Is it Sridham, and is it Madhu Mangal also? Can't remember what's the other one. So, after offering the foodstuffs to the Supreme Lord, it becomes Mahaprasad. But then, before distributing to public, to the devotees, the prasadam has been offered first to Lord Shiva. There's a Lord Shiva deity there, a Shiva Lingam. So this becomes Mahaprasad. Much, much powerful. So everyone has to eat, but Prabhupada says also that one should only eat to keep the body and soul together. What is more important is the soul. So prasadam is food for the soul. That's why the 6 Goswamis, they don't really eat that much. They barely eat. Out of habit only that they will eat. And if they can take a little bit of, buttermilk, that is enough for them. In the beginning, we would like to eat a lot. Prabhupada says you should eat as much as you can, but you should work also like a horse. If you eat like a horse, work like a horse. It's not that you eat like a horse and sleep all day. Then that is not proper. It's not advisable. Prabhupada says you should eat a lot. Prasadam will be so nice that even if you're already full, you still keep on eating because it's so nice. And after eating, you walk like a duck because you're so full. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. It's all right. But as you make advancement in Krishna consciousness, eating becomes less and less. Eating will become controlled. Sleeping will be controlled. Eating will be controlled. This is the sign of one who's making advancement in Krishna consciousness. He doesn't need to eat that much. He doesn't have to sleep that much because he's fully aware that he has to serve Krishna 24 hours a day. The problem of eating too much is that there's a tendency that the belly becomes too heavy, and tendency to one would like to sleep a lot. Do you experience this? Yes? Yes? A lot? Yes? Me too. This is for everybody. No one exempted here. So everyone has to eat something to live. Therefore, he should accept the remnants of foodstuffs offered to Krishna. Any civilized man has to perform some religious ritualistic ceremonies. Therefore, Krishna recommends, do it for me. This is the difference. Whatever we do, religious ritualistic ceremonies, this is prescribed in the Karma Kanda section of the Vedas, but do it for Krishna. Others, they do it for the demigods because they want some material benefits, unknowingly that Krishna, if he is pleased, then the whole world is pleased. It says here, and this is called Archana. Archana means deity worship, worshipping Krishna alone. Bhakti is like this. Bhakti is meant only for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord, not for my sense enjoyment. Anyone who performs activities which is meant only for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord is called a devotee. Anyone who performs activities only for his own sense enjoyment, then is called non-devotee, and he is called a materialist. So everyone has a tendency to give something in charity. Krishna says, give it to me. And this means that all surplus money accumulated should be utilized in furthering the Krishna consciousness movement. There was one story in South India, we told this before, but I'm sure not all of you heard of this. There's one devotee, he's a devotee of Durga actually. So he used to play lotto. And then one day he prayed to Durga Devi that if I win, everything that I win, I will give to you. If I win the first prize, I'll give everything to you. Right? So he made a bet for lottery. Maybe it's Lotto 649 or something. So, and the thing got draw. The next day he saw in the newspaper, oh, he won the second prize. He won the second prize, which means he got half of the first prize. So he prayed to Durga Devi. Durga Devi, thank you very much for giving me this much of Lakshmi. And Durga Devi was saying, where is my part? Where is my part? And because he only won half of it, then the devotee of Durga says, well, I thought you already took your half. Already took your half, and you only gave me half of the prize, so I'm not going to give you anything. So this is not bhakti. This is not bhakti. Bhakti means only for Krishna, 100%. And this is our goal. It is possible, but it is difficult. It is not impossible to reach that 100%. We can reach that actually, especially with the association of devotees, and if we continually hear about this Harikatha, this Bhagavad Gita. For most of you, I've noticed that you come here every day, and you also fond of hearing the kirtan at the temple, and many of you also fond of distributing Srila Prabhupada's books and serving the Vaishnavas. So, hope against hope, it'll happen. One day. I hope soon. So, everything that we do, even the meditation, this is the main rule. Always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. This is the primary characteristic of a devotee. Quality. He is always remembering Krishna and he never forgets Krishna. Even meditation, Prabhupada mentions here that nowadays there's so many kinds of meditation. It's like we went to America last summer, and there's what you call cold yoga. There are many kinds of yoga now. Different kinds. But they don't know, they're missing the point that yoga really means connecting with Krishna. For them, yoga means exercise, becoming flexible, your body. Really, if their goal is to control the senses and the mind, most of them, they want to become healthy and physically strong so that they can enjoy more their senses. This is their goal. But the real goal of yoga or any meditation is to manmana babamad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Always remember Krishna. Meditate on Him. Think of Him 24 hours a day. And especially for the devotees, this is easy. If one chants sincerely and without any offenses the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It's like in the 6th chapter here it says, Yoginam api sarvesam madgatena taratmana. Let us see this verse. Yes, text 47. Yogenam api sarvesam madgatena taratmana sadavan bhajate yomam same yuktatamo mataha. And of all yogis, the one with great faith who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental loving service to me, is the most intimately united with me in yoga, and is the highest of all. That is my opinion. Krishna's opinion is the truth. Our opinion may or may not be the truth, and usually it is only our opinion. You see the difference? The condensed soul's opinions may or may not be true, or it may be only applicable for himself. But Krishna's opinion is not just for one person, is applicable for everyone at all times, in all circumstances. Because his opinion is not really opinion, it is the truth. So, any questions or comment?
In that verse, why is he saying it's my opinion?
Huh?
In that verse, why is he saying it's my opinion?
See, Lord Krishna doesn't force Arjuna. In bhakti, there is no force. No one forced you to come here to the class. No one forced you to do anything in bhakti. We heard from the right source that if we do this, then we will develop love of God. Because we've seen that person who told us to do this has love of God. If a person tells us to do something and is doing the opposite, we will not do what he says. So Krishna, who is the ultimate, he is the main person who is speaking the Bhagavad Gita. And Srila Prabhupada, who follows the Guru Parampara, also did what the Guru Parampara or Lord Krishna says. We just follow. We're always followers. Even the leader is a follower himself. He cannot be a leader if he is not following the previous predecessor acharyas. He's always a servant. We're always servant, no matter what happened. That's why the leader is called servant leader. Leader in the material world is the boss, and he thinks that he is everything, that he doesn't have to do anything. But no, that's wrong. In spiritual life, it is like this. We follow what others say because we see what they are saying, they also perform. They walk their talk, so to speak. It's just like that. So, as we mentioned, his opinion is not really opinion. This is only for Arjuna, so that Arjuna can make a decision. Arjuna is not being forced to do. But he understood at the end that yes, I shall fight. I shall do as you say. So it is like that. We are convinced by doing so, following in the footsteps of Arjuna, will also become Krishna conscious. Somehow. Hope against hope. Any other questions on this? Yes?
Thank you. In verse 927 it says...
You don't have a mic? Vrindavan Prabhu? So that they can hear in the FM land?
Yeah, I can speak loudly.
Speak loudly for now, yes, I can repeat.
So it says in this verse,